Happy Friday. I'm going to do a reading a little differently today. This is a collective read. If you're called to stay, feel free to get grounded in your seat, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. And just focus on where you might be at today. But I am working on channeling a little bit more beyond just cards. And today I am doing a collective reading specifically for the folks who work with ideas and energy in this world. I think they tend to fall under the title of artist, of writers, of magical folks. But really you are philosophers. And this is something that has come up for anybody who has read my post about the Hermit. 2025 is the year of the Hermit. 2 + 2 + 5 = 9. And I scryed the Hermit card from 9 different decks in order to get some wisdom. Something that came out that was really interesting was that we are in the age of the sage. And this is a theme that has come up for me a number of times over the last few years, in the sense of nobody really tells somebody that they can be a philosopher. It's not something that at least I ever heard as a child when they're asking what you want to be when you grow up. I want to be a pilot. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a lawyer, or even an artist. Nobody really ever says, I want to be a philosopher. And we're in this age where our existing society is falling apart. The systems no longer work. And in the same time and in the same breath, we are building new concepts of a new world, rather. Not all of the concepts are new. Some of the concepts have been around for quite a while, but we are evolving them, and we are really considering what we want on a really high level, in terms of who are we as a human population, as a culture. What does it mean to be human? And then, from these places of these really high level thoughts and conversations is where we then form our more physical, tangible systems and communities, government systems, economic systems, financial systems, whatever they may be, moral codes, things like that. So I really have this desire to speak to those who identify this way, and to call out and invite those who identify this way to really honor more the value of that work right now in this society and in this moment, because there's really I can't find my phone stand right now to take a wider video, so my camera is currently propped up on a pile of books, balanced by my AirPods and a selenite wand. And with that, it's sort of like nobody's going to give you this job, and there's no real structure for this job. There isn't really funding for this job. Nobody's going to turn around and say, that's who you are now, or this is how you do it. You have to make do with what you have, and you have to honor where you are and what you have to offer, and be scrappy and resourceful, right? The Hermit doesn't have much materially. He doesn't need much materially, but he is fully motivated by mission and an inner knowing. And so that said, I want to just pull some cards for anybody who identifies that way. Hopefully I don't knock this pen over. And it is Venus Day, and I am using the Goddess of Love Tarot by Gaby Herstik. So I want to see what we need to hear today, and we'll go from there. Okay. So the first thing this collective needs to hear today is to feel your feelings and to really understand that I think it can be, obviously nobody wants to feel pain. There is pain that is coming up for us that is specifically related to our talents and to our gifts, to, based on what I was talking about, actually getting medicine from the things we are meant to be sharing out of these emotions and out of the confrontation of the things that have happened to us that have felt like betrayal, that have felt really bad, that have created these narratives for us that are all about heartbreak and betrayal. There's actually so much value and wisdom in that when you really feel it and are with it and confront it. That is necessary for us to be doing right now. So don't run away from difficult feelings, especially of heartbreak and betrayal. Why is this relevant at this time? What is the larger energy around this at this time? I mean, the larger energy around this at this time is a greater alignment. Literally 3 of Swords to the 4 of Swords. This is all about stories we are telling ourselves, stories we are aligning with, and transforming some of these more painful, difficult stories into, kind of working through the emotions in order to more clearly see what was going on, so that these ideas, these concepts, and these stories we tell ourselves, A of all, aren't blocking us emotionally anymore, and B of all, actually provide a narrative for us to align, to realign again, essentially. What is one thing we can do to move towards this alignment right now? So in order to move towards this realignment and help, access the kind of confrontation of emotion, the flowing of emotion, there needs to be a full acknowledgement of what is not emotionally satisfying you, getting really real. I don't know why I'm getting the phrase it's not come to Jesus, but it's like getting real with Jesus. Is that a thing? I was raised Jewish. I don't know. But getting real with God, is that the phrase? You know what I'm saying? Like getting really real with yourself. It's interestingly enough, it's about shifting self-deception, as guided by your emotions, like not gaslighting yourself on what you're really feeling, and walking away and moving away from the people, places, things, situations that just really aren't fulfilling. But there's a lot of getting real with yourself and stop deceiving yourself and gaslighting yourself emotionally in both of these cards. So what's the final message? What can we look forward to on the other side of this? Let's see. Oh, beautiful. So on the other side of this, there's a real grounding in of these gifts. I mean, you can't get any more literal. this is the philosopher of her community, the sage of her community, and she's also being resourced for these things, you know. And so there's a real grounding in a real material nature that gets to come into grounding once we move through these emotions, align. And it's also like allowing, and I just posted a thread about this morning, but once you start stop this sort of self-deception and move the emotions through and walk away through the things that aren't fulfilling anymore, it's like these things that, well, I'm getting sort of, I'm getting the sense of like guides that are like just waiting for you to do this work in order to ground in the magic that's sort of already there. I don't get that like there's something new coming in. It's sort of like what's already there, but then I think there's just like a clearer channel in order for like the whatever's left that is purified, that is correct, a la the Hermit card. Again, if you read my post, I talk about it. To then be grounded in, because you don't want to ground in all of that other stuff. So I hope this helps. I'm going to be exploring these new ways of reading. Again, if you want to read that Hermit post, it is up on the vagueintellectualpleasure.com grimoire blog. It's also up on my Substack, which is linked in my link tree. So you are welcome to read there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to evolving these readings over the year. Happy New Year.